Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today's topic for the occult family is: can you cheat death? I would have to say in the affirmative, yes. You can cheat death. Can you defeat it? No, because death's record is like 1,000,000. You can't defeat it, but you can cheat it. And it has been done by occultists and sorcerers for centuries. Now, the whole key with this, how do you do it? Well, I'm going to give you some examples and point you in the right direction. And then, if you are interested in necromancy, the rest is entirely up to you. But again, don't go into it with the Amazon Prime mind state of, okay, it didn't happen, one or two tries, I give up, or you're not going to be consistent. This is the real deal. If you want to cheat death, you can do this by various chants and working with spirits, but especially with the Saturn current. Because what does Saturn deal with? It deals with death, it deals with discipline, and it deals with order. By working with Saturn, you can stave that off. And who is from Saturn? Kronos, the god of time. And Kronos has a male and a female aspect. So you can appeal to Kronos. And it's easy for Kronos to briefly manipulate time. Let's say if you're in a car accident, or let's say you've been shot. What's the one thing that humans don't have a respect for? And it's easy to manipulate: time. Don't believe me? How many people don't really wear a watch? What's their clock? Their clock is either their Android or their iPhone. That's their clock. They have no need for a watch. So it's easy upon impact, if it's not meant for you to die, and you get into any type of accident, shooting, or altercation, you usually don't know when it happened. You'll just say it was around this or around that. So all any god or goddess will have to do is manipulate the current just enough by anywhere from 10 to 30 minutes. Did you know that? That is all that it really takes. Depending, and let me emphasize this, the severity of it. Also, who's good to work with besides the Saturn current is the ascended vampires. I've worked with them. As a matter of fact, I recorded it in my grimoire, December the 12th, 2021. I worked with them. And then who's also from Saturn, from another dimension, the man with the big hat, the leader of the so-called shadow people. So you can work with that. And the vampires. The vampires, here's the thing, and I want you to listen very closely. If you are a necromancer or you ascribe to be one, you can manipulate your aura just enough where temporarily it will deviate between black and white. And we know that that creates gray. Gray is death energy. The only thing is, again, when you're doing these things, it has to be temporary, because what you do anytime you practice necromancy or high magic, you are attracting the death energy. So you have to be able to get rid of that sludge, because basically, short story short, you take years off of your life via the energy, the prana or the chi. So that's how that occurs. And that sludge you get there, but there are individuals that will help you with that. You got to call on the celestials. You can call on Michael, because Michael can aid you with superhuman strength. Also, here's another one that people don't talk about, and it's very important. If you want to cheat death, work with people who were magicians that are now deceased. I'm giving you the cheat code. Crowley escaped death a myriad of times. He didn't die until December 1st, 1947. And he manipulated time because he had tried to go back in time to find the Spear of Destiny. For those who don't know, the Spear of Destiny is the alleged weapon that had pierced the side of Christ. He went back then. I even went back in time to Moorish Spain with Ferdinand and Isabella. So it can be done. But you got to work with a current. You got to work with the deities who were here. So I work with Santa Muerte. Santa Muerte is very powerful in the Americas. And when you're doing this, she's going to keep death at arm's length. But not just her. There's an Aztec god of death named Mictlantecuhtli. That's an Aztec god of death. If I want to do certain things, here it is. You can work with ascended vampires who are no longer here, because they'll teach you how to feed off of that energy to cheat death. And you'll get just enough energy to sustain yourself via your auric field. Or work with the Saturn current, because of what Saturn deals with. Work with Kronos. And you can use mantras and chants to work with him. Also, even if you're not a person that likes a watch, carry one anyway. Carry something that's indicative of time beside your phone. Then also working with the gods who have so much juice and so much power here. You can cheat death, and it has been done. I've done it a few times. And gods and goddesses have told me. And although, people say, well, can they tell you when you're going to die? This is how spirits will answer you. And this is a mistake a lot of magicians make, or people who are new to the occult. What age am I going to die at? That's like saying, give me the exact day I'm going to start a new job. They'll just say, hey, when I call you, be by the phone. Or when your drug test or your background check comes in. That's how they do that. You can't always look for something definitive, because now you're acting like a child. Simply ask them this: am I going to die anytime soon? And they'll tell you either it's possible, no, yes, or they will even use certain magicians and occultists, possess them temporarily, and speak to you or aid you in your time of despair. So yes, you can cheat death. You can't beat it, you can't defeat it, but can you cheat it? Yes, you can, because sometimes even people affiliated with death haven't always played by the rules. And that's where the thing of an accidental death comes in. A la someone like Brandon Lee, who died when he was going to make The Crow, 1995. So there's an accidental death that happens, and now that disrupts a current in the death realm, and now that balance has to be restored, because there's equilibrium even on the other side. So with that is your meat and potato sorcery for the day. I am the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friends. Peace.